Good morning and welcome to another episode of the Down Under Stormtrooper. It's an absolutely freezing day here today in Newcastle, and it's a perfect day to do some repairs to a Deathtrooper costume. So a couple of weeks ago I was out at a troop for Relay for Life, and one of these greebles on the forearm caught on something, and it snapped off. It's actually been a point that a piece that I've been repairing a fair bit. So you can see the end here, the tip of it fell off, and this piece here is also quite wobbly. So what my plan of attack today is, before I have some events I need to attend next weekend, is I want to reinforce this piece. So what my intent is, I want to drill a hole up through here and put in this this metal rod. This will just give it a little bit of reinforcement. I've got a threaded rod here deliberately so that I can get the glue around that and give it something more to bite hold of. So the plan of attack is to get that hole drilled all the way up, try to get it nice and straight. So in order to get it nice and straight, what I'm attempting to do is build a little bit of a jig here. So I'm going to be drilling a hole the same diameter as the actual thread, and to keep the actual piece nice and firm, I've just drilled some holes here for the diameter of them. They're going to be nice and tight, and then I should be able to drill through and get that perfectly centered. So that's the plan of attack. Hopefully the execution pays off like that too. The other piece I need to repair is my blaster. So this broke off back into the tub, and so when I opened it up to have a look at the costume after the troop last weekend, I discovered that this has snapped off here. So my plan of attack here, I want to get this to be a little bit stronger as well. So this is just a 3D printed rifle, and so what I want to do is I'm just going to bore out the middle of this with a Dremel, and on this side as well, and reinforce this with some PVC piping. So that should make it a little bit stronger and prevent it from snapping off in future. So that's a little bit frustrating. The resin part snapped open at the end there once I drilled all the way through. So what I think I'll do is just continue with this process for now. I'll glue those parts together once I've got the actual metal rod through there, and we'll see how well that looks after that. The worst case scenario, I might have to 3D print this part for next weekend. So everything I'm doing with this resin part is I'm shattering it just a little bit more. So I think I might have to reassess my approach and go down the path of 3D printing this part. Now that wasn't the cleanest repair job I've ever done. It'll be fine for the convention on the weekend, but I think I may want to revisit this as a future project. I'm not going to lie, after a week of research and planning, to have not one but 2 repair jobs fail on me sucked big time. Especially with a week to the next event where I needed the Deathtrooper costume in tip-top shape. But I gathered my thoughts and headed into Fusion 360 armed with a pair of calipers and my reference forearm greeble. I meticulously measured every segment, always mindful of how this was going to 3D print. And because most real surfaces don't have 90-degree corners, I added a bevel for each joint, mostly chamfers in Fusion, but also a few fillets too. I still wanted to reinforce the greeble with a metal rod, so I hollowed out the inside using a rod cutout. Fortunately, it was a quick print and only needed some minor cleanup before inserting the metal rod with some glue. I primed the pieces, then painted them first with silver and then a few very light coats of matte black from a distance to make a gunmetal finish. Then all that was left was to place them on my forearm. When I reflect on that not so perfect repair job, I think the resin parts on that forearm greeble were that brittle that no matter what I did, they would have shattered. I certainly wasn't drilling with a lot of pressure and I wasn't drilling fast either. The ultimate solution really had to come down to redesigning these in Fusion 360, allowing for that hollowed out section so I could put the metal rods through them, and 3D printing them. It really didn't take that long to print each of these 3 greebles, and the finishing wasn't that hard either. It was a nice quick job, the paint didn't take long to produce, and ultimately I've got a finished product that doesn't look much different to the original parts that I had. And when I think about it, the blaster repair job wasn't that bad either. Once I hit it with a bit of black paint, you couldn't see the exposed PVC piping, and it's going to work fine until I get an opportunity to redesign it in Fusion 360, allowing for the PVC piping to run all the way up through the middle of the blaster, and reprint it, so it's going to be fine for the next couple of troops anyway. So I'm going to chalk these up as some valuable lessons learned, and until next time, may those costuming gods be with you.